It's hump day. Hello. And it's the final day of May, everybody. Tomorrow is a halfway point. Tomorrow marks that we're halfway done with 2023. Hard to believe, isn't it? I think everything's working. Let me know if it isn't. May the technology gods be with us all. Let's get this chat going. So far, so good. Welcome to the Psychic News Network. I'm Annette Dion, the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. This is where we do a deep dive into the news of the day, or the week, or the year. A lot of things just keep going and going and going. And we read the tea leaves now. We read the cards. And we make things make sense to the best of our ability. It does all make sense. Eventually. I hope you had a good day. I think that Jack Smith is probably... I kind of feel like with Jack Smith, it's like, this is pretty easy. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, tuning into Jack, it's kind of like, no brainer, no brainer, no brainer. Oh yeah, that's all. It all connects, almost like he could do this in his sleep. Not to put it lightly, what's going on with Donald Trump, because it's really seriously scary. Isn't it funny how we all love Jack Smith and we haven't even heard what his voice sounds like? I think it's a deep voice. Anyway, I just, there was a time a few months back when I said, when I think about, Jack Smith leading, these investigations and everything and all this, it's like he's sitting at a desk with his head down, poring over these documents and papers, and he's just one by one, bing, bing, just like knocking them off. That's what it looks like to me. Just, there's a guilty. So, and we have been talking about the likelihood, and I picked this up psychically, that next week we'll see indictments. This is easy, right? It just seems like it's a piece of cake. Not that it's not challenging to go through mountains and mountains and mountains of evidence. But in terms of, do we have to figure this out? There's not a lot of figuring it out. It's pretty cut and dried. It's pretty like, okay, he committed this crime, Donald Trump, and he committed this one and this one and this one. It's remarkable. I'm going to grab some cards. I found a box. A lot of people are giving stuff away. You find things on the side of the road. I take advantage of that. So I put my various cards in this box. So the Aquarian Tarot is Trump, Jack's on a motorcycle when Trump's lawyers are still on their trikes. Yeah, right. I mean, this is kind of small potatoes in a certain way. It doesn't take a whole lot of, tricky investigating. It's all right there. The democracy doers, I like that. Awesome. I think I'm going to pick a rune card today. A rune stone. A rune stone to set the tone. Farmers market tomorrow. Fun. I love the farmers market. I really do. It's one of my favorite things. In my hometown here, the management of the farmers market just got so screwed up that they just ended it, but there are farmers markets, nearby places too. But I almost took it over. That's how much I love farmers markets. Then I thought, Annette, you have enough to do. Oh wait, what are you saying about Paxton? Went on a abandoned podcast bragging about throwing out millions of mail-in ballots? Are you kidding me? To help Trump and Whoa! I did not hear that. Is that real? Because I've been saying all along that Abbott did not win legitimately. Beto won. Let me check the pendulum on that before I check the runestone. Did Greg Abbott win due to throwing out ballots? Whoa, wow, we started out with a bang now, didn't we? Yes, my pendulum is definitely saying that it's real. When I heard that about Paxton, about the impeachment, I definitely felt it coming. It was big. You guys were here. Not one bit surprised, but grateful that it's coming out. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like what's gone down in Texas is like pulling on the thread. You know, you girls remember? The girls out there, you remember like pantyhose? You just get a little tiny snag and the rest is history. Throw the whole pair out, right? That's a big deal. When that happened with Paxton, I was like, this whole thing is going to unravel from there. Remember the vote flipping for Cruz when Beto ran for Senate? I don't remember, but yeah, there's people winning and put in that on that list. Ron DeFascist also. We were talking about it the other night. How fast that happened. How fast all of a sudden. Hey Patty, thanks. All of a sudden, Ron DeSatan. I'm so used to calling him DeFascist. I can't go back to DeSantis. What the heck? Trump calls him Rob. Anyway, we call George Santos Pinocchio. Nobody's really, their real names anymore. Anyway, the people that won, that clearly, if you're a psychic, they didn't win. Remember I held up this little sign that I had posted that said something about, what Republicans are accusing others of. When they accuse, that's what they're doing. Their accusations are confessions. Who's so pasty looking? Paxton? It's not good for your health if you lie all the time. It's really bad for your health if you lie all the time. It's just because your inner being knows. DeSantis looks pasty. You want to start with him, with the cards? Let me first read the guidance for us all. This is I have to look it up. Just so you all know, the stones are, they're moonstone runestones. And speaking of the moon, we're in a full moon week, and on Friday, God, flip my calendar. Saturday. On Saturday, Friday, you got to make sure you make a point to be here on Friday, because Friday Night Live is going to be a biggie, because we're on the start of a full moon in my sign of Sagittarius. And when I go to my commercial break, I've got some special deals for you. Due to the full moon in Sagittarius in my sign, I'm just kind of celebrating that. Okay, so runestone for guidance for tonight. Tell me how your day went. Tell me what's going on. Does anybody have any news to... Or you have a moon in Sag? Oh, that's an interesting configuration. What's going on with y'all? Where else would you be on a Friday night? Where's my bell? Of course you'll be here. It's the funnest party around. Oh, Beto was the winner. Beto did win. Greg Abbott did not win. Come on. That was after Uvalde. Honestly. These people, they think they live in a fascist dictatorship country, but they do not. Let's be clear. Get a tea leaf reading. Thank you for promoting that. The rune stone, and I use these cards, not a book, I use these cards from Tamed Wild. Look up Tamed Wild, they're great. They have good stuff, good Wiccan stuff. This is the rune called Manaz. It's about humanity, our ancestors, and our natural gifts and physical and spiritual cultivation. This is the time we're laying the groundwork for a healthy democracy. Self-development is paramount. Nurture and grow that which is natural and unique. Your gifts are necessary. I've been talking about this lately. Bring forth thy gifts. Bring forth thy gifts, right? Bring forth what you have within you. The world needs your brand of whatever your gifts and talents are. This is so true, seriously. Root chakra, sacral chakra, heart chakra. This has to do with the tribal energy of us all. And the invocation, I really like this. I see your eyes, they are my own. I see your struggle, it is mine. I commit to developing myself in all ways so that you, my brothers and sisters, can rise and thrive alongside me. This is about us coming together. This is about unity. This is about us all recognizing that we are all part of a global tribe. We're all part of a tribe in the United States. Surrender the ego. Remember our roots. So much more can be accomplished when we remember we're all connected. This is speaking to spiritual development and the chariot of the soul. This is really... Manaz calls to harnessing that elevated sense of knowing and oneness and putting it all to work in the physical realm. It's kind of like, let's have a resurgence of what we all know, that we all help one another. And what's that saying? A rising tide raises all ships. An early Gemini and you're scared. What are you scared of? There's no need to be scared. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Watch my Church of Spirituality service from Sunday. I talked about being courageous. These are not times for the weak-hearted. So, a rising tide lifts all ships. Let me take this opportunity to let you know that we did a phenomenal show, Kathy Beal and I, Professional Aquarian. Check it out. You've been down for days with allergies. Okay, let me just give you my remedy, but you kind of have to start in the spring. Local honey. Speaking of farmers markets, find yourself some local honey. It makes a huge difference. I've barely been bothered by allergies for the past several seasons. Make sure you're eating healthy food too. Okay, we're going to read on Ron, right? We're going to start with Ron. Because somebody said he looks pasty. Local honey, I'm telling you, it really makes a huge difference. I have a jar right over there. I have about 3-4 teaspoons a day of local honey. I put it in my coffee in the morning. It's the best. Okay, is it still smoky in Maine? When I was up there a few weeks ago, it was smoky then. Okay. We're reading on to fascists to start. Haven't used the Aquarian Tarot in a while. Yeah, it's local honey is like, you know, the whole concept of, you know, a vaccination or homeopathy is you have a dose of what it is that you're super sensitive to and your body gets accustomed to dealing with it. And also in terms of allergies, it's really important to keep your diet very, very, very healthy. Lots of leafy greens and fruits and because if your body's working less on digesting, your immune system will be stronger. Anyway, I know a lot about health. Yes, but make sure it's local honey. Not the store-bought, pasteurized, you know, like mass-produced. Ron. Where's he at? Let me tune into Ron. Well, Ron and Dawn have this in common. They have the ability to look at a situation that looks not good for them, and they plow through. Ron has that. They have the ability to ignore the bad that's going on for them. They definitely have that in common. It's called denial. And with Donald Trump, a lot of people have mentioned that his father, Fred, was really into the power of positive thinking. That's the name of the book, right? By Norman Vincent Peale. And so they would psych themselves out. The Trump family would psych themselves out. just so you know, Fred Trump was an evil sociopathic person. So if you wonder, besides that Trump was Mussolini in his past life, he was from a young age. Trump didn't have a chance at normalcy. I'm not saying that to evoke sympathy from you, because we know how awful he's been. Yes, okay. So Ron, so they have that in common. Ron has the ability to just, this isn't happening, this isn't happening, this isn't happening, people don't hate me, like that. And I have heard, oh, thank you, hit the thumbs up, please. Much appreciated. I have heard, I was asking the other night, the more tragedy, more gun violence in Florida, and I was asking if he had called, because Monday when we were doing our Memorial Day PNN, there were people in the chat that were alerting us to that there were shootings in Florida. And so Monday, that was Monday. On Monday I was asking if anybody had heard what Ron did. Because if he's a governor and there's a shooting in his state, the governor is supposed to address it. And I heard that he hasn't addressed it. Hello. I heard he hasn't addressed it. Now, has anybody heard any differently? Because I heard, still talking about native honey and farmers markets, probably a better topic. I heard Ron didn't show up. He didn't even say anything after the shooting on Memorial Day. And I heard, thank you Janet. I heard that there were 189 gun shootings. I don't know if all those people died. Okay, so are you guys listening, or are you talking to one another? It's fine if you're talking to one another. I was just wondering if anyone had heard whether Ron DeFascist said anything about the guns, the shootings. Class? Are you paying attention? He doesn't show up for tornadoes, hurricanes, etc. Yes. He doesn't show up for anything. He does not care. We made that very clear on Monday. We were talking about that in Florida you're on your own. Yeah, nobody's heard that he said anything about the shootings. Ron DeFascist. How's he doing is what I'm asking. People are judging him. This is about Ron. No news for you this weekend. This is about Ron. Judgment. The people of Florida are judging him. He said nothing. They don't. Oh my goodness. That's just, that's inhuman. That's inhumane. Wow. Imagine with me for a moment that you're the governor. That you're the governor of a state, and that there's gun violence and people are wounded and murdered, and it's on the news, and you're the governor. Imagine with me you're the governor. How could you not say anything? Well, that's the judgment. And I did hear that there was a European publication that wrote the story that mentioned that Ron hadn't done anything. So, the world is watching. Does he think people are going to like this? Abbott doesn't care either. Yeah, 2 peas in a pod. So watch our show from yesterday with professional aquarian Kathy Beal right here on my channel below this vid. Spirit Talk Podcast. We went over this entire cast of characters. Laundry waits for no one. I left mine in the dryer. The 3 of Rods. Okay, well, Ron is being shown the numbers, but he's not believing that. I mean, the numbers of people that don't want him to be, running for president. The numbers of people that don't view him favorably. And so he's going to be working on his messaging. Now, I just want to let you know that what I pick up for entertainment purposes only, I pick up that there have been discussions with Elon about AI. Okay? He was in Iowa talking crap about Fauci. Not surprised. And bragging about his lack of COVID response. He's a literal monster. A liberal monster. Hard for me to say. He's a monster to people who are, normal. He's a monster towards people who are just normal. Did you hear what I just said? And I said for entertainment purposes only. I don't know why I have to be so careful. They don't have to be careful. They're in discussions about AI. Yeah, that's what Ron is doing right now. He's looking at how bad his numbers are. This is really happening. Your resident psychic is telling you. This is really happening. I see here conversations with Elon and Ron. What a pair. What a duo about AI. How can we make up stuff? That's how the conversation is that I'm picking up on. How can we make up stuff? Maybe they don't say it in those words, but we're grabbing the pendulum and we're going to ask, is Ron planning with Elon to use AI? It's under discussion. It's not been decided. Who's Gargoyle? Who will judge me separately? I don't know, I'm just saying, I get psychic impressions and I tell you, I was on a roll on Monday. With Marjorie Trader Green and the boyfriend and all that. And anyway, this is going like this about Ron and Elon. What I'm asking is, have they decided to use AI for Ron's campaign? And it's really up in the air. Oh, Don Jr.'s girlfriend, Gargoyle. What'd she do now? Too much news, it's hard to keep up with it all. She, Kimberly Gargoyle. I've heard people say about her, she should have kept her face the way that it was. Honestly. She should have kept her face the way that... I know that's her real last name, Terry. I don't really think that her last name is Gargoyle. The dominoes are falling, the light is unstoppable, yes, and we talked a lot about that. If you want to feel optimistic, and who doesn't want to feel optimistic, listen to our show from yesterday if you weren't able to catch it live. I figured, Terry, you know that I know. Okay, we're all good. You're just spelling it out for everyone else. You didn't hear one word from Ron about the shooting in Florida? Okay. Just to recap, Ron is in denial about how bad his numbers are. Ron has had discussions with Elon about AI, and they're completely undecided. Is it Elon that doesn't want to be involved too much? Is he being kind of elusive in terms of how much he wants to be involved? That's what I'm picking up about Elon. I'm not sure he has decided how much he wants to be on board. I don't think Elon's decided how much he wants to be on board with Ron. Because Twitter is failing. I know, that's what I was just saying, Darren, is that people have said about Kimberly Gargoyle, I can't say her last name right, Garfoyle? Anyway. That she was much prettier before the plastic surgery. There's a hole in her soul. Yeah, Elon likes to hit and run. That's a good point. New toys and move on. It looks like he's kind of on... it kind of looks like Elon is stringing Ron along, but he's kind of like, I don't think I'm going to keep doing this. Let's read on that. Let's read, besides the pendulum, pull 3 cards about that. Oh yeah, and then Monday I was like, oh, Elon doesn't do an interview without smoking a big fatty first. I was being a little radical. I had my shirt on that said "Knock Out Fascism," and it was Memorial Day, and emotions were running very high. Okay, Elon is not sure that he wants to align himself with somebody who might lose, because I think that Elon is trying to run away from his own loserism, his tendency to be a loser. The Wheel of Fortune, and because he's looking at how much will this benefit me, because he's a narcissist, so it's always about that. And the Two of Rods. So Elon right now is in the weighing it out phase, and I get that ultimately he's not, I mean, I feel like he'll do a little bit for Ron, but it's not really, Elon's not going to do much more for Ron than give him a platform, which he could have anyway. Yeah. If you say more Ron fast, it turns into more. That's good. More Ron! More Ron! Peyton was at the January 6th. Oh, Paxton was at the January. Oh, he was at it. Yeah. Yeah, and how about the rest of them who were part of the insurrection? You know, they are still doing these clown hearings. I saw a live of the clown, the sham hearings, and they were just going on and on, this cast of characters. Just yesterday I was seeing this on YouTube. Jim Jordan and, you know, and Comer and all the rest of the traders going on and on and on about the Biden family and their connections to China and this and all this stuff. And I'm like, what? What? Oh, Betty, we gotta talk Betty off the ledge. Talk Betty off the ledge. I already told you, Betty, you have little faith. The indictments are coming next week. It checks out with the legal experts too. Let's just read on, like, this is more about how, like, what I haven't read on yet is tonight anyway. Is how's Ron DeSantis's, I said his name right, campaign gonna go? How's his campaign gonna go? And I want to have, oh, is Kathy in the chat? I didn't know. June will be great. Yes! See? And I wasn't even thinking of that at the moment. If you want optimism, listen to our show from yesterday, our astrology show. June, I'm happy about, I'm happy to turn the calendar. Today I turned I've got like 4 calendars. Today I turned the calendar because I was like, and I never do that. I'm always too late to turn the calendar to the next month. But today I was like, no, I want it to be June 1st now. Right? Right? Not good at waiting. I want to tell you something about waiting. I want to tell you something about waiting. You learn a lot when you have to wait. We learn a lot when we have to wait. My spiritual counselor self just kicks in and I want to help Betty to get a grip. I can't tell you how much I have learned by needing to wait. It's probably the most valuable thing that I've learned spiritually. Anyway, how's Ron's campaign going to go? Well, guess what card I got about how's Ron DeFasci's campaign going to go? You started watching here 6 months ago. Your vibe is definitely much more positive and hopeful. Yeah, for sure. The Death card. This is how Ron's campaign is going to go. Due to nefarious activity of Casey and him, and the money, illicit money, I have been saying this, I've been saying this for the longest time, at least a year, maybe a year and a half, about Ron. I've always, maybe this is just kind of metaphoric, I've always seen Ron DeSantis in handcuffs. The Page of Rods. This is like there's news coming from the Justice Department. What I've learned about waiting is when I am impatient, it means I lack faith. I'll say that again because it might help people. COVID money and the campaign money, he's stealing money, and there's a Russian connection too. Yeah. And I've always seen the Russian connection. Anyway, my little bit of spiritual counseling that I'm sneaking in here in between reading the cards. Impatience is a sign that we're lacking faith. See my faith? See faith. This says faith. It's hard to see it. That's why I have signs all over the place. Okay. The cards are getting excited. They're starting to fall. This latest with Trump. That's why I started by saying, Jack Smith, this is so easy for him. This is small potatoes in the sense of how much evidence is just being handed to him. Trump knew that he shouldn't have those documents. You gotta have faith. See, that's better. We brought Betty up. See Betty Bunny back there, Betty? Just being peaceful. Do I need to go get Betty? Hang on, I'm gonna go get Betty. I think we need Betty. We'll keep Libby there. We're having a Betty moment. Look at how peaceful she is. Look. I'm reading her chat. See how peaceful? This is Betty. And Betty's showing you sometimes you have to just wait. If you have children, you might have a little bit more patience because you have to learn how to be patient when you have little bunnies. See how peaceful? Okay, we'll move on. We'll keep Betty right here to remind everyone. Be peaceful. Donald Trump and the documents. Also, the rune stone tonight said we have to be more tribal in the sense that we have to join together and community. I know you guys all love. Betty was a total fluke. I saw her in the store, and I wasn't planning to buy a bunny right around Easter. And I stood there and I stared at her on the shelf, and I went, "Do I need her? Do I need that bunny?" My guides are like, "Buy the bunny." Always listen to your guides. Donald Trump in the documents say he knows that it was illegit, it was illicit what he was doing, and he's an illegitimate president. That just sneaked out. And we're going to pull 3 cards about where that's going. I'm telling you, next week, I'm going to ask the pendulum, or maybe it's this week. Well, as we know, it's a little tricky to judge time. Oh yeah, so as soon as Trump starts coming out with fake witch hunt, fake witch hunt, fake witch... The other day I was thinking about how offensive that it is to the burning of witches, the execution of witches, and, you know, falsely accused women of, you know, well, they were accused of being women. Called them witches. This witch hunt stuff, he needs to stop saying that. They all need to stop saying that. This is in regards to the documents. Anyway, I think it's a highly offensive thing for Donald Trump to say over and over and over again like a mantra. Witch hunt, witch hunt, witch hunt, witch hunt. It's really disrespectful. The 7 of Cups is pointing to the more he's freaked out, the more he's going to do this total delusional, illusional, wool over everybody's eyes to his followers. That's what the 7 of Cups is about. The Star is the United States, the King of Cups. This is justice. So the DOJ, it's all done. The guys are saying it's done. It's all done. This is about Donald Trump. Yeah, witch hunt, you know, he shouldn't be saying that. Yeah, he has a limited vocabulary. I mean, it's just like, I guess we don't think about it much, but thousands of women perished because of that. Right? Seriously offensive. Seriously offensive. Which reminds me of my sign that I have here that I hold up every so often. A gift from one of my viewers. Yeah. Okay. Ron and his wife were campaigning yesterday. They are 2 peas in a pod. And, you know, and it's funny because people say that they're, and I do see it. Talking about Ron for a sec. Or Rob as, why does Trump call him Rob? And people say that she wants to be Jackie Onassis, and I can see Casey wants to be Jackie Onassis, but it doesn't even make sense because, duh, the Kennedys were Democrats. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, the documents, let's ask this. Is Trump going to be indicted next week? I get a yes on next week. I know she wants to be Jackie Kennedy, Casey DeSantis, but the Kennedys were Democrats from where I am, Massachusetts. It doesn't even make sense that she would want to be, oh, thanks for the tip. It doesn't even make sense that she would want to be Jackie Onassis because she was a Democrat. Jack Kennedy was a Democrat. True blue. Blue, blue, blue. Right? I mean, hi, Bond Blue. I got an envelope from you. I haven't opened it. Thank you. I know you were asking the other day. Sometimes it takes me, you know, several days to go to the post office. And thank you in advance. She'll be quite lovely. The orange jumpsuit waiting for her. Okay. We need to ask about Yes, I got the envelope, but I haven't opened it. I haven't opened my mail yet, and thank you. Hello. I'm actually wondering what I should ask about. Let's ask about Abbott. You grew up a block away from JFK's birthplace? Interesting. My grandma grew up next door to Paul Revere's house in the North End. Yep. We got some Massachusetts people in the house. Let's hear it for the people from Mass. Okay, let's... So many things to read on. Let's, I actually want to read on... Let's cross the ocean for a sec. And then we'll come back. I'm going to read on Abbott, but let's go to... My bell works great. Yeah, that was a gift from a viewer too. You guys are so awesome. DeSantis, Trump, and Abbott are evil. Yeah. And the sky is blue. I'm just teasing. I want to look at what's going on in Russia right now, because I've been saying for a long time that I feel the people rebelling against Putin. And I didn't know when it was going to happen. But I think we're starting to scratch the surface of the Russian people rebelling. Now, I don't know how easy, well, it's not going to be easy for them. It will be. But I kind of feel a defection, the military turning. And we're just going to take a look at what's happening there. And because we know that Moscow got hit today. Let's ask this. Cut my finger. I don't know what I cut it on. No idea. Let's ask this. Was the source of the strikes on Moscow, for entertainment purposes only, was the source Ukraine? Not really. Moscow needs to fall like Rome. It wasn't, I like that. Ralph Waldo Emerson said a lot about, taking it slow. Henry Thoreau, also, they were friends. Okay, so I'm asking about, we just kind of switched over to Russia, and I'm asking about the strikes on Russia. It wasn't from Ukraine. Let's see what the cards say. It wasn't from Ukraine. It was to elicit an emotional response. That seems like an inside job to me. Okay, what's happening now? I'm picking up on the strikes to Moscow that it was not Ukraine, that Putin and his desperation, it looks like, is trying to stir up intense emotions. Because that's what he's done from the beginning. Oh, Maria's here. Hi, Maria. She teaches civics at Grassroots of Democracy. You should come to our meetings. Oh, I'm almost approaching my 1-2 minute commercial time. Stay tuned. The Nine of Pentacles. This looks, yeah, definitely. This is, the Kremlin is trying to elicit an emotional response from the people of Russia, because that's kind of what they were going on to start with. They were literally saying the Ukrainians are Nazis and they're torturing and maiming people. We think we have fake news. I mean, it's bad. And it's, I have the sense that Putin is very, whoever's posing as Putin now, the Kremlin is very nervous. I feel very nervous. Some kind of coup. Oh, it sounds like, there's another psychic who says the same thing. I've been saying that since the beginning. I feel a revolution in Russia. I do. like a people's revolution. A coup, right? To overthrow Putin. The Nine of Pentacles, yeah, this is... Putin knows the Russian people are losing their patience. Maybe Navalny people did the strike. No, I'm not getting that. What I'm getting is that it was an inside job and it was... Try to follow the thread. It wasn't Ukraine that did the strikes on Russia. It was... Feels like an inside job. Putin's losing support. He fooled, or he tricked a lot of Russians. Well, you know, he attempted to trick a lot of the Russian people into thinking that this was justified. Invading Ukraine was justified because the Ukrainians were violent Nazis, and Zelensky's Jewish, part Jewish anyway. So it doesn't make any sense. So we think we have it bad with fake news here. It's unbelievable. Oh, you saw a recent interview with Putin on TV news. Yeah, it's definitely, yeah, it's not the same guy. It's not the same guy that got Trump into the White House. Yeah, of course the Russian people are very afraid to turn. So the military leads the way. Kathy, yeah, we totally know that. We totally know. We totally know that it wouldn't be like, hey, let's overthrow Putin, right? I mean, you can't. Going carless has helped you slow down? Oh, really? Interesting. Get out and walk once a day. That helps. That helps a lot. So if there's a strike, and this is with the drones too. Remember there were like drone strikes over the Kremlin, over the dome. I guess that's where the Kremlin is. That I felt was an inside job too. It's because he needs to make a case for the Ukrainians are attacking us, right? Which is why the Ukrainians haven't attacked them. Let's see how Zelensky's doing. I mean, remember, he was at the G7 summit. Zelensky's shown up all around the world. I mean, that guy's amazing. False flag, I guess. Yeah, that term gets thrown around a lot, so... In the sense that he needs to rally, he's feeling desperate, so he needs to rally the Russian people, and he's really got nothing to go on. Because I don't care who you are, you pick up on the real news, you pick up on the real truth, subconsciously anyway, so he can't really keep up the jig for too much longer. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at how it's going to go over the next, say, 3 months. How it's going to go over the summer for Ukraine. We're reading just on Ukraine. How it's going to go for the summer. This card's flipped over, so we're going to pick that one. Sometimes they just flip themselves over. And this one. Okay, so here's Zelensky, the messenger. Here's the death card. It's going to come to an... I mean, it's looking like it's going to come to an end this summer. Cheryl's saying the war will end in June. Well, that would be the summer. Hi, Toronto. How's it going up there? I hear that there's a lot of fires. Your kids are 50% Ukrainian. Aww. The Four of Swords. Everybody's tired. So this is about the war, and you know, Zelensky, yeah, it's very, you know, everyone's tired. They're tired. You need a lot of energy to conduct a war. But the death card is interesting. It's the second time that came up today. The first time was around the fascist. You guys are giving up your cars? Good for you. I'm seeing a big shift in the summer. Seeing a big shift in the summer. Oh, come visit Toronto. Oh my goodness. Been practicing my French. When I feel like I won't be too embarrassed, I'll say something to you in French. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, book a reading with me. Oh, it's time. Thank you for reminding me. It's time for my commercial. So the other night, on Monday, you guys are awesome. Who was it that said I need a whiteboard? I don't have a whiteboard yet, but I have a sort of whiteboard. I have to get a whiteboard. So this is my commercial break. Compliments of whomever suggested that I get a whiteboard. So, okay, CM, thank you. Okay. Psychic tarot readings. You gotta do what you gotta do, you know. Hang on. Let me get my little pointer. We'll use, here's the pointer. Okay. Guess what? I'm having a sale. You don't want to miss it. Because I'm celebrating the full moon in Sagittarius. You know, the moon is full in your sign only once a year. So you got to celebrate like a birthday. And for Sages, it's a halfway point. You know, when you were a kid and you're like, I'm not 5, I'm 5.5. Right? It's our half birthday. So, to celebrate, psychic tarot readings. After you book your reading, from now until June 5th, and even if the reading's scheduled for after June 5th, if you book it, June 5th is Monday. After you book it, I send you $25 back. Okay? Do this. We all like a sale, right? How's this? How's it going? It's a little scribbly, but I wrote it up really fast. Tea leaf readings. My new thing I'm offering people. $10 rebate. After you sign up. Yogi Bear's here? After you sign up for a tea leaf reading, you get a $10 rebate. The tea leaf readings are half an hour, and I spend 10 minutes or so with your tea before we talk. So it's actually longer. Illegible? I'm reading it to you. I'm reading it to you. You don't have to complain about my scribbles. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. It's full moon week. Bonjour. Ça va? I'm giving rebates. Okay, so book a reading because I have 30 years of experience. Come on, people. I have a pendulum class on June 10th, on Saturday. The pendulum class is 2 hours. It's from 1 to 3 Eastern time. And it's on June 10th, on a Saturday. And I don't have very many people signed up. So learn to use this valuable tool. I can't read backwards. Learn, even my own writing. Learn to use this valuable tool for psychic work. Learn how to douse. Learn how to douse out bad energy and bring in good energy. The pendulum is a very useful tool, and it's not just for yes or no answers. There's a lot more that can be done. Also, radically forgiving. The class is June 17th. These are all on my website, PsychicAnnetteDion.com. Last but not least, plus it's such a fun class. All my classes are really fun, and I need to market better because I haven't booked any new classes. I haven't planned for any new classes because I need more people. But I love the classes. Okay. Grassroots of Democracy. Join us. Our 20 on Tuesdays is a weekly guided meditation for a healed America every single Tuesday. And after the meeting, you get a recording of the guided meditation. We're changing America energetically with our thoughts. It's working. The Chicago City Council approved $51 million to help immigrants. I love it. People are starting to come together. All right. Linda G has my name and my contact information. If she wants to send people to me, she can send people to me. Thursday nights we have a discussion group for Grassroots of Democracy. And Betty's saying, I believe. Good, you're good. And there's more news coming up about Texas. Okay. And so we have a discussion group on Thursday. That's tomorrow. I know it feels like today's Tuesday, but it's Wednesday. So Thursday night we have our discussion group where we talk about what's going on and what we can do to save democracy. We've been meeting since January of last year. every single week. And on Saturday, we get together, we do a work session. Maria, who's in the chat, gives us a short civics lesson, and we talk about things like bills and the debt ceiling and, you know, Supreme Court and all that. And yeah, where's Damon? And that's Saturday afternoon. So join Grassroots of Democracy. Go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com. Oh, there's another page. Yes. There's another page. Church of Spirituality. What are you waiting for? This is your spiritual vitamin. It doesn't cost you anything. Well, I take donations, but you can get spiritual nourishment if you get over this word, church. Just get over it, because it's not like your run-of-the-mill. It's totally different. Right now I'm investigating an actual church to live stream from, but every single Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, we go live. And our Memorial Day weekend this past Sunday was very powerful, so it's always powerful. Get your spiritual on, okay? And you can watch any of the past Church of Spirituality services, and I do the music and the sermon and the reading. I read sacred texts. And there's my commercial. How was that? Okay, what did you just say about, what did you just say about Texas? Abbott appointed somebody already? Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you for your compliments. Yeah, it's spiritual. Church of Spirituality is spiritual, and it's virtual fellowship. People pray for one another. We pray for America. We do a meditation. We do one of my favorite things is we do chants, like all is well, and I forgive everyone, and I'm in the present. And if you learn the chants, they can change your life. They really can. And before I read anymore, I'm going to teach you two things. And one goes like this. It's like I was a cheerleader, can you tell? More Democrats running in elections winning. All together. More Democrats running in elections winning. I want you to memorize it. More Democrats running in elections winning. Aha. More Democrats running in elections winning. Aha. Okay, got that? It's easy to remember. And I'm going to give you one more. We are Americans, we love democracy, we participate in all our governing. We are taking back control of all the rights they stole, 'cause love is stronger than this fascist cruelty. Alright, I'm expecting tips. One more time, we'll jump back into the reading. We are Americans, we love democracy, we participate in all our governing. We are taking back control of all the rights they stole, 'cause love is stronger than this hateful GOP. I change it up. We are the world. Okay. Texas, Abbott. I sang them to you so you know them, so you can like memorize them, you know, go around singing them. Kevin got Marjorie Taylor Greene jockey strap on his... Sorry, I should have read that first before I recited it. Greg Abbott. I told you the other night, I felt like Abbott, and thank you for the tip. Memorize them, sing them all the time. That won't be the first time that I sing you my little chants that the guides handed right to me on my walks, because that's how it works. Alright, I should have been a rapper. Greg Abbott. Thank you for thanking people. Greg Abbott. This full moon's going to bring out some stuff for Mr. Abbott, who's the illegitimate governor of Texas. Check with your local election board to make sure your voting information is safe and correct. Wicked important. Because you know they're messing with it. And then they turn around and they go, the Democrats are cheating. Ha 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 ha. Remember, what they accuse you of is what they're doing. Classic narcissism, classic gaslighting. Okay, this full moon is, the strength of this full moon is going to bring a lot of things to light about Mr. Abbott. A new messaging from Texas. New messaging from Texas. Yeah, mail-in ballot, and they said yes, vote blue. Did I hear, pardon, Paxton got rid of, yeah, somebody said that. Paxton got rid of over 2,500 votes in the last election. You mean when Abbott got reelected? This is new energy coming out of Texas. This is news. Yeah, Angela, we'll talk about, well, let's go back to the fascists for a second. 2.5 million votes. Hang on, I mean, that's just blowing my mind. He got rid of, and what did he do with them? Did he throw them in the river? Like, what did he have a bonfire? What did he do? Let's ask if we find out. Because, you know, your local psychic says that Beta won. Thank you. Thanks for donating. If you haven't been here for a while, I just monetized my channel after 3 years, so I decided I need some money. Anyway, we all need money to survive. Let's see. Did Paxton, did he get rid of them? Yes, yeah, okay, hang on. I know I was asking a different question. Did Beto actually win in Texas? Oh, that's a strong yes. But how did Paxton have them destroyed? Did he flush them down the toilet? What's with this flushing things down the toilet? I mean, Trump would rip up documents and flush them down the toilet too, and then he'd go out and do a rally and he'd be like, you have to flush the toilet 15 times. Nothing doesn't. That was ridiculous. Tara who? She defected to Russia. What? Oh, I heard the woman early on in the presidential election, and I had forgotten about this. But once it was mentioned, I was like, oh yeah, remember that? Remember, he didn't say how he got rid of the votes. Anyway, I'm switching topics. Her name was #1 cheerleader on YouTube. Okay, thank you. She accused Biden of sexual harassment or something like that. Tara Reid. Okay, so let me refresh your memory. Early on in the presidential election in 2020, this woman came out and she was total. Gosh, you can't fool a psychic, and plus it was so obvious that she was trying to frame him. Joe Biden, a family man that psychically I know has not done anything illicit of a sexual nature. I've been doing this work a long time. And I wouldn't suspect that of him anyway, just knowing his character. So she accused him of touching her in an uncomfortable way. She defected to Russia. She moved to Russia. To which I heard somebody say, that's what Marjorie should do. Unbelievable. Anyway, let's ask if Beto is going to run for office again. With this development, oh, she didn't defect to Russia. What did she do? She did not defect. She went to Russia with Maria Butina. She didn't stay there. She was the other Russian spy. I'm telling you, there's a lot going on. Will Beto jump into the race for governor again? I'm getting that Beto will jump into the race for governor again, and that's pretty strong. See, the news is getting better. Where's Betty? I get that he's going to jump into the race again. Getting warm. The news is getting heated up here. Hasn't really gotten warm in Massachusetts yet. For some reason, the heat still kicks on in the building. I'm almost forgetting I have tea. People are saying that woman defected, the one that falsely accused Biden. Oh, Betty's here. I'm kind of sitting on her. Betty's here. I can't really sit. How's that? She doesn't sit up very well. You know, she's like a baby. Trump was an illegitimate president, and we will find that out. I mean, we already know that, right? But it'll be like official. All right. I have to put Betty here because, there. You can see her now, kind of. She's applying for Russian citizenship. Boy. She claimed that Biden sexually touched her inappropriately. I don't know if she said assault. Darren's sleeping much better now. Putin should run while he can. Gosh, people, I feel like there's a million things I can read on. Let me, Abbott looks kind of done. I see Abbott in legal trouble. Yes, Betty the Bunny is adorable. I mean, I was going to put her away after Easter, after the season, but everybody wanted to still see her. Will Beto win Ted Cruz's Senate seat? Let's take a look. I should read on Ted Cruz. It's been a while. Will Beto win? Well, let's ask this first. Will Beto run for governor? No. He'll probably run for senator. Ted might be going to the big farm. We'll read on Ted Cruz. Will Beto run for senator? I get that he's going to run for senator. Who needs to get Josh Hawley as his running coach? Little joke there. I was reflecting on Josh Hawley having written a book about manhood. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't read Josh Hawley's book about being a manly man. But I was just thinking about how Josh Hawley is, there's nothing manly about him. Whereas Lindsey Graham these days, he might be hiding from the Russians. You heard they have a warrant out for his arrest. I'm telling you, it's like a movie. We're in a movie, people. We're in a virtual reality, and it's called craziness. Yeah, Russia has a warrant out, or they want to arrest Lindsey. Let's read on Ted Cruz. What do you say? I'll be brave. Into the muck. Into the muck we go. Into the Cruz muck. Yeah, but Josh Hawley, I mean, I'm almost curious to open a page of Josh Hawley's book to see what is it that I would never buy it, but I am curious about Josh Hawley's book on manhood. Most of the people here are women, so we have any men tonight? I don't see Damon. Is Thomas here? Ted Cruz. What's the fate of Ted Cruz? I still get that his wife is going to divorce him. I definitely get that. What's the fate of Ted Cruz? Isn't this interesting? I'm getting the strength card for the strength of the case against him. The strength of evidence against Ted Cruz means he's going to have to, surrender. Put on the hip boots first before going into the muck. The Knight of Rods. I see Ted Cruz hiring tons of lawyers. I see the need for Ted Cruz to hire tons of lawyers, and it reminds me of the Matt Gaetz situation, where he managed to slither his way out of those sex trafficking. Not they weren't false accusations. They actually happened. So yeah. I know, we were just calling it defection, that woman that accused we were exaggerating. Oh, Thomas arrived. Oh, there's Thomas. Yeah. Oh, thank you, John. You rock. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All of you, thank you for your donations. I got a check for $4 the other day for Church of Spirituality. It warmed my heart, because every donation means so much. Really, thank you. Good thing I monetized. So that woman who falsely accused Joe Biden of being sexually inappropriate, yeah, she went to Russia, but you know how we exaggerate. You know how we are. I should probably be clearer when we're exaggerating. We'll have to let Damon know we all missed him tonight, and maybe he'll be here for our Friday night party. It's gonna be a full moon party. Do a Katie Porter thing. I know. Well, I don't have. I'll order a whiteboard. I can order a whiteboard, and then I'll put. And here are the topics we'll cover tonight. But I like to go with what the guides say to read on too. Kind of follow the flow. Well, since I keep talking about Josh Hawley, let's pull 3 cards about his fate in Missouri. And I want to read on the insurrectionists. The ones that are serving in Congress. It's hard to believe. Josh Hawley. Well, there's a star card. The star card's coming up a lot tonight. And that's the star card and the death cards come up a few times, and the strength card have come up a few times. This is the United States getting stronger. Josh Hawley, this is he's going to be hiding. He's going to try to hide. And the 6 of Rods is January 6th. Josh Hawley was complicit in January 6th. Right now they're trying to figure out, the investigators, to what extent he was involved. They have his number. The guides are showing me it's kind of like, you know how Trump he doesn't do texts and he doesn't do emails? I think Josh Hawley took a page out of Trump's playbook in that regard. But the DOJ, I feel like, is on to him, and they're looking at him for January 6th, and he's keeping a low profile. We haven't really heard much from him lately. I think he's trying to keep quiet. But I think he's covered a lot of his tracks. Let's ask the pendulum. Will Josh Hawley be subpoenaed? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, someone asked a good question and I missed it. It's really hard. Was the fire started by arsonists or is it climate change? I'm getting that's a little both. Hawley is just stupid. He's pretty stupid. I mean, most of these people are pretty stupid. Think about it. I think that people that are intelligent, well, I should say people that have emotional intelligence, a high EQ, can't do bad things. It's not. Oh, Burn the Boats with Midas Touch. They interviewed Stacey Abrams. Great. Josh Hawley and Jared Kushner give you the creeps. I would have to agree with that. You have early voting in Connecticut now. Do you want to ask me any questions, Gloria? I didn't know you were in Connecticut. Fires in Canada. Yeah, I just answered that. I feel like some were started by arson, but some were climate change. We really need to get on top of things. I should ask about the debt ceiling. Duh. So obvious, right? I should ask about the debt ceiling. And I just that popped into my mind because I'm thinking about the climate change and Will the rest of the GOP pass the debt ceiling? Will the rest of the GOP pass the debt ceiling? Yes. You heard it here. I think democracy is so hard to really figure out, but I mean, you know, they made the deal. Kevin and Joe made the deal, and then it goes through this votes and those votes, and that's why we get together to talk about civics, so we can understand better. Yes, they will raise the debt ceiling. We are very concerned about I told you Joe Biden would make a couple of small concessions. I mean, there's nothing that's small, but I think we'll get back. I mean, I get this really strong sense that whatever Joe Biden conceded to get the debt ceiling debacle, passed, in his mind, we're going to get it back. So I think that Biden's thinking that the Democrats are going to start pulling, ahead. And there's a representative in Utah, don't ask me his name right now, I didn't write it down, who is giving up his seat. He's a state representative in Utah. If you check the news, you'll know his name. Biden said he won't negotiate with terrorists. Yeah, right. He gave in to a couple things, but he did it just to get the debt ceiling raised, and with the mind that we'll get it back. So he's in for the long game. Absolutely, Biden is. And so this representative in the House in Utah, you can probably look up his name. Come to Grassroots of Democracy. Yeah, Joe Biden is an excellent strategist. I mean, he's definitely proven it. Then the Republicans have less representatives in the House because this state rep in Utah, you can look up his name if you want. Like I said, I just didn't write it down. Gives them one less House seat. Kentucky governor election, Kentucky governor election in 2023, Andy Beshear, Democrat. Daniel, you want me to tell you who's going to win? I'm picking up a lot of gerrymandering. Let me ask. When's the election? In Kentucky, will the Democrat win? That looks like a yes. No, it's not Lee. It's another representative. I know. We want the traitors ousted. No, it's not Lee. It's somebody else in Utah. You can Google it and post it if you want. No seagulls tonight? They were really loud earlier. They had an early party. For some reason. Must have been happy hour. With snacks. I want to read on the people that are serving in Congress that were part of the insurrection and what's their fate going to be. So I'm going to start with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Did Biden make a deal with McCarthy for the speakership? I don't understand the question. Marjorie Taylor Greene is really a man? Well, we read on Marjorie Taylor Greene about her sexual standing, and we got that she was bisexual. Alright, hang on. Chris Stewart, yes, that's right. That's a representative in Utah who's needing to step down from his seat because his wife is ill. Gates already started to get McCarthy moved. What do you mean moved? Oh, I see what you're saying. Did Biden make a deal so Kevin... Bottle drop coming. It's kind of quiet here on Main Street today. Too many questions. Too many questions. Did Biden make a deal with McCarthy that would help McCarthy to keep his seat? Was that part of the... Nope. I don't think Joe Biden would get involved with that. What do I see from Mitch McConnell? Mitch McConnell is in a compromised mental state. Yes, that was I talked about that earlier, that Trump was, I guess I didn't mention that they have audio recording. Breaking news, you may have already heard it. They have audio recording of Trump basically saying he took the Pentagon documents and spoke about it to someone. Yeah, he's in big fat trouble. I'm not getting that Biden made a deal with McCarthy that would enable McCarthy to keep his speaker seat. No, I don't get that. No, I don't get that. I don't get that Joe Biden would even consider doing that. Are the fascist Republicans, they know who they are. Are they getting ready to attempt to remove Kevin Marshmallow McCarthy as House Speaker? They haven't decided yet. Will Dems help Kevin stay as Speaker? Why would they? Oh my goodness, there's so much news. I have to keep getting up to read. Alright, Terry. McCarthy is giving the January 6 tapes to conspiracy theorist Julie Kelly. She accused DC police officer Michael Finome of being a crisis actor. Oh my god. She's not going to get anywhere with that. How evil can you be? Haven't they heard of hell? Sissy, did you see my shirt on Monday? Knockout Fascism, Compliments of Midas Touch. I love that shirt. Don't they know about hell? I mean, come on, fire and brimstone, aren't they scared? Don't they know that when people have near-death experiences, they repeatedly report back when they come back? The most important thing is love. Love, love, love. It's all about love. It's a gazillion songs about love. Alright. Marjorie Taylor Greene. We're gonna be okay, everyone. No, Biden did not promise McCarthy anything. We've always been connected to the light. Now we're joined together as one. Marjorie Taylor Greene. When do I see Fani Willis? It's supposed to be in August. We're going to have a lot of fireworks this summer. Get ready. All we need is love. Love is who we are. Marjorie! I'm telling you, it's going to be fireworks. Oh yeah, please hit the thumbs up. Oh, I just got to 200. You made it happen, Terry. Thank you. Thank you for the donations. So tickled. It is a morale boost. It's definitely a morale boost. I was missing out. Marjorie Taylor Greene. I have been getting about her that she's pressed for cash. Well, she spent $100,000 on Kevin McCarthy's chapstick. March Toilet Green. Yogi's a little spicy. Where are you from, Yogi Bear? Are you from Yellowstone? Marjorie, I feel like she doesn't have a lot of money. I feel like she's in financial crisis, which is, where did she get the $100,000 for the chapstick? I mean, come on. She invested in Truth Social. Is that true? Hang on. Yeah, she's a Russian plant. I get that. Yellowstone. I don't know. The Six of Cups. Marge, she's not, she's very stressed. MTG is very stressed. Oh, there's a rumor going around on whether she's pregnant. I think we read on this. Is Marge pregnant? No, I'm getting a no. Maria's talking about ice cream. I had vegan ice cream today. There's a place here that I'm not necessarily a vegan. I'm kind of a pescatarian, but kind of off of milk. Anyway, you think Marjorie's eggs are expired? Probably. I don't know why she'd want to have a child in her 40s anyway. So yeah, just speaking of ice cream, yeah, there's a place here, it's called Holy Cow, and it's a tiny little place, and I discovered it. It's right across the street from a big church I used to play at. And it's called Holy Cow, and I didn't know that they had vegan ice cream. And I've discovered it, and it's really good. Dairy-free. I'm stalling. Does anyone care if Marjorie Taylor Greene is pregnant? Yeah, we do. We're interested in that. Because what has she been saying about between her and Lauren Boebert? Oh, we're Christians and we're all about family. And then they're doling out their divorce papers to their husbands, and a week later they're both in relationships. She's hard up for cash. I'm not really sure. Let me see if the cards reveal anything about that. What I get on that, for entertainment purposes only, I've been really getting some dirt on Marjorie. I've noticed lately. If you wonder what I said about her on Monday, I know it's a long vid, but and I don't timestamp because that would take forever. I feel like Marge is hard pressed for cash because she's having to pay lawyers to preempt what's coming. She's having to secure lawyers to preempt what's coming. I just said it. She's hard pressed for cash because she's got, I don't know, I guess I've never hired a lawyer. And I feel like she needs to get them ready and implement. She's put down like a down payment on lawyers. That's part of it. Somebody asked something, you eat almond milk ice cream? Yeah, I think it was oat milk ice cream. Really good. I don't think I'll go back to regular. I'm not a big ice cream eater anyway. But sometimes it just hits the spot. She won't get out of the January 6th insurrection. I think that she's hiring lawyers and she's out of cash. She's out of cash. Yeah, I mean, it's. Remember she was complaining that she doesn't make enough money? Well, then leave, right? Is she broke? She's broke. I'm telling you, she's just like Trump. They're both Geminis. Nothing against Geminis. But if you watch our video from yesterday, the Geminis that have been misbehaving, they have it coming. So all you Geminis out there, make sure you're behaving. Yogi, you're so... We won't put you in timeout. It's kind of funny. All right. I'm just going to read about the debt ceiling. Will it be raised? I mean, it did say yes, but I just want to look at the details on that. You have a Gemini moon. Donald Trump's birthday is Flag Day. I don't know. It's ironic that Donald Trump's birthday is Flag Day. She can ask Bobo how to make extra dollars. We are reading about the debt ceiling. This debt ceiling debacle is going to bring to the forefront, bring to light, notice all the Republicans and the party of fascists that are just making a big to-do out of this debt ceiling. How could they help the American people? How dare they help the American people? What are they doing? They're destroying this country, helping the American people. This is all those that are getting on their soapbox. Notice they were all involved in January 6th. So I'm reading about the debt ceiling right now. Sniffy loves hugging the flag, but he fails to honor the flag. Yeah. The evil does things backwards to confuse you and to mock you. Donald J. Trump succeeded in making a mockery of our flag. It's really, I want us to address that. I really do. I feel like where I live, there's a boulevard where the water is, and they put flags all the way down the boulevard. I think it's too much, but it was fine at first, but now it's like we're looking a little MAGA. It's awful. It's terrible. So, the January 6th insurrectionists that are seated in Congress, which makes my blood boil, they have a challenging time coming. And the Queen of Cups is Justice. There's a lot of information, and it will kind of be like feel a little slow moving. It's kind of like the same process as the actual insurrectionists. And kind of like, this one's going to be being investigated than that one, but they will all, the ones who are protesting raising the debt ceiling are the insurrectionists. The ones that are holding notice, they are the insurrectionists. It's a boulevard. No, it's not Trump flags. Sorry. No, I wasn't talking about Trump flags. No, sorry, I wasn't being clear. There's a boulevard, and every single year, for the past maybe 15 years now, they've put American flags all the way down the boulevard. No, we've never had Trump flags. I'm in a sapphire blue state of Massachusetts. But the flag makes us think of the insurrectionists because they used them as weapons. So the American flag just doesn't feel the same anymore. You know, we need to address that. Oh my, look at the time. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't being clear. No way, I wouldn't even live here if that was the case. I forgot I was having tea. I need to read the tea leaves. Time flies when you're having fun. Biden knows, yes, Biden knows all about the January 6th trade. That's an interesting point, Joanne, yeah. Yeah, big, beautiful sapphire blue. And by the way, there are some states that are really, they have a trifecta of Democrats going. Michigan's doing great, and Minnesota's stepping up to the plate too. So yes, it's time to read the tea leaves. I heard Nicole Wallace on MSNBC say it too. She keeps on saying, we got to read the tea leaves. So here we are, reading the tea leaves. All right? Yes, there are states in the country where the Democrats are saying, we've had enough. It's time to kick the bums out. It's time for the grown-ups to take over. We have a lot of problems that aren't being addressed. A lot of really big problems that aren't being addressed. And it's like the Republicans, the fascist Republicans are petulant children, and that's putting it mildly. And we need grown-ups. We need grown-ups. Tea leaves for the blue tsunami. I'm not ever really sure what the tea leaves are going to say. Let's take a peek. as I go into the 95th minute. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. And one thing I never remember to say is please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And please share my videos if you haven't been. I want to get the numbers up. I want to have an even bigger party. Love you too. Lots. Well, let's see. I mean, I have to move this one a little. Okay, that's Jupiter. Ooh, lots of... Okay, Jupiter just moved into Taurus. I love you too. Jupiter just moved into Taurus. And I have like lots and we're going to see a lot of activity that's going to feel really lucky in the month of June, because this is Jupiter and there's a lot of activity. Let's see what kind of symbols show up. I see a horse. See a horse. Hang on a second. I get the horse is fast moving motion. I just want to kind of see what the book says about a horse. A horse in Jupiter. Wow, that seems like that's like the Chariot card. This is the Cup of Destiny, and sometimes I do like to check the book just to see what they say about a horse. Inner strength and a well-developed philosophy of life carry us through the difficulties. And a horse brings joy. So we have a horse. You probably can't see what I'm seeing, but I see a horse in the Jupiter section of the cup. Very, very blue in Maryland. Yeah, the blue states are going to get very popular. You can't believe how many homes are being built here. It's out of control. Horses are strong. Yes, we have a lot of strong, good energy coming in. Very soon. It's not spilling the tea leaves, it's reading the tea leaves. Spilling the tea is like when you divulge information. Right? And spilling the beans. Wait. It's not spilling the beans. It's not spilling the tea, it's spilling the beans. Don't confuse me, I'm confused enough. The full moon, gosh, I'm excited about this full moon. It feels like, let's see what this is. A giant step forward. A giant step forward during this full moon. Oh, and Mindy's saying it looks like a winged horse. Yes, well, I said it reminds me of the Chariot card, so it's, yeah, that would make sense, like a Pegasus. And, yeah, the moon, I feel like we're going to have some really good news on this full moon. Sagittarius is a sign of justice and law, so there you go. And let me read two more things for you, and then we all have to go, right? We all have to have supper and stuff. Depends on where you are. California's very blue, but very, very expensive. Same here. I see a dog. And okay, two more things, and then we'll go. I see a dog, and I see also bushes. Hang on. I mean, I get my impressions, but I like to see what the book says too. Hidden information and concealed facts. I see bushes. That hidden information's coming out. Red states are okay if you live in a blue district. Yeah, I lived in Tennessee, and Nashville was a blue district. Nashville is where Justin Jones is from. And, okay, so the bushes mean hidden, concealed information coming to light. Yeah, we like that. And a dog. We do see a dog. Anyone born in the year of the dog? Dog has to do with loyal, people who are loyal, Okay, this is about the Democrats coming together and being loyal to one another and helping one another. So I think we're going to see the Democrats, like the progressives that were upset about having to make some concessions about the debt ceiling. The light is going after the cockroaches. I like it. We are actually, after this debt ceiling debacle passes and we're all good and the economy is going to get way better, we're going to see the Democrats coming, really uniting even more. It's going to be inspiring for the Democrats that are serving. I think that's it for now. Don't forget to book a reading, because you save money up until June 5th. Wait, let me go back to that page before I go. $25 rebate. As soon as I get your payment, I send you the rebate through June 5th on a psychic tarot reading. You gotta get a reading. I know you have questions. I can feel it. Tea leaf readings, they cost less and they're shorter, but it's a full psychic reading with the tea leaves. $10 discount, $10 rebate through June 5th. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. All this is in the description. I mean the website, and it's for full moon week to celebrate the full moon. Thank you for staying as long as you have. You guys have a lot of stamina. I appreciate you. Be good to yourself. The weather's getting warmer in the northern hemisphere. Take advantage of it. It's a much higher energy time. Don't squander it. Enjoy everything. Count your blessings. We have lots and lots of great blessings all over. Watch Church of Spirituality. Okay, I love you guys, and we'll see you again soon. Namaste. You're awesome. And Barbara says she feels calmer. Good, me too.